Hey again. In the first video we did just configure it to our application to use Firebase, and by the end we was able to see this line in the end of the application, which is Firebase Analytic enabled. That means our application now able to use Firebase. So let me just close it and make sure you close it to start using another service in Firebase. So what the service I want to use it? I want to click on my application that I created and I want to use authentication. Like I want people to authenticate to use my service. See, there's many services. If I click any service like database, for example, see there's a rules here to use this service. For example, the people who use this service have to be authenticate. So now no one could use your service if he's not authenticated. So if I just go to the authentication, I would see a lot of type of authentication signing method, many types. You could use any one of them you'd like. Maybe you want people to log in with username and password. That's what we see it in the next section. Maybe you want people to log in using Facebook or whatever. Or maybe you want to just log in Illuminas. That means they don't enter anything. Just you register them by code. So I click on Illuminas. I just click enable. Bam. Save it. So he saved it. Now what I will do, I just try to use this service. So to use this service, first of all, you have to go back to the authentication, to this part, to the chat app, and make sure open the nano for the pod file again. Pod file. Why pod file? Because I need to add more service here. So what the service that I use it, the user I want to add it now, it is name it pod Firebase /auth. That means authentication. Any type of authentication will goes under this one. Now Control X, yes, save it. Now install it, just pod install. Okay, sometime he will install all the library for you. See how many third library, just install them in seconds. So what I will do, bam, going back to my project, Swift4, sorry, it's not Swift4, it's iOS, the chat app. This is my project. Now my project should be able to use authentication. So going here, you see he just add authentication. So as I told you, this type of authentication that we use it just by code, just to make sure he could use the chatting service, he could use the database service. So to do that, I just write the code for the authentication. So to use the authentication, first of all, make sure just go to this part, the view controller, make sure to import the library for Firebase, so you could use it. After you import the library for Firebase, just you go here and define your function for login. Function, name it login Illuminas. So you just could name it any, whatever. Maybe you need to use it, so I define the function. You want this function to get called whenever the application gets started. That when the application started, first thing you would do it, hey, call this function for me. Make sure this function is available. I don't need this function. Just login. So to do login, just say fire FAR auth, if you see it, dot what authentication with this one, what auth, Firebase fire auth, this one, not Firebase, not that one. I have to use authentication, AR authentication, not Firebase login, then dot authenticate, then dot sign in. I want to do sign in. So sign, and this way is IGN sign in Illuminas. So this way of signing in. And this in Illuminas, you say, hey, what you want to do when he complete? Okay, there's two things I may do when he complete. So just open a bracket, close it. So I say, hey, in the complete, I get two information. One of them, the user information, the database that he created for me, and may I get error. Okay? And then I say in, then you could write your code here. Okay. So what do you think I should do here? For example, I say, hey, if there is error, so if let error equal error, but I have the error here. Error. This error, I make sure I spell like same. If I have error, that means show me print cannot login. If there is error. Else, if there is no error, show me the user UID. So just print you say user UID, then you say slash, hopefully I did correct. Then here, if you click user here, you would see there's many information about the user. You could do email, but this type of user anonymous, so he doesn't have email, he just have user UID. One interesting thing about UID, every user will have a unique UID in the database. So by just adding these two lines, when he start the application, he first of all he try to sign this user. If the user already signed it in, he just show you whatever ID he have. If the user is not signing in, he show you, hey, let's say value error but never use it. Okay, they don't agree. Why they don't agree to never use this one? Is this the error? I never know. This may be error. So let me just make sure track what I did so far. I should open a bracket, close it. This should be for authentication. For the login, I didn't close it there. I don't care about the error. You could print the error if you want. Cannot login and say what the error you have. You could do it. But what's happened now, what he will do is this. Okay, stop again. Stop bold and bold successful. When the application starts, he tries to login. If the user already logging in, he will show you the information. If he is not, he will create a new user in the database, and that's what you will see it in seconds in this part. You see now, I don't have any users because no one login, but first user login, he will have it here registered. So let you wait until we see what the output. We could see it from the application after he do loading. So yes, it's really important for us to learn how to use Firebase. So authentication, as I told you, it's an important part to do authentication. I didn't did any authentication like username, email. I don't want to make the application so complex. Sometimes we need just authentication without any information, just authenticate and bam, we done, we all set. So yes, let you wait and see if he is able to login. If he's able, you know that you have to show me user login here. If he not, you have to show me the error. So bum 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 bum. Waiting. Here is it. See, he show you the user UID. This is that one was the user UID. This is the user UID. Okay. If I just go to Firebase now, just refresh the page, you will see create a new user for you. Now this user is authenticated to use these services because I authenticate this user. As I told you, this type of the user is anonymous. That means he don't have email, he don't have password. We'll talk about using login with email and password, but this type of user just logging with nothing. See, this is the user. If you see, this is the UID for him, same one that you have in the code. So every user when he created in the Firebase, he will give it the unique UID. So it's really amazing thing to track the users who are using your app. So now we log in, we are good. So we could go next and start using the database.